Hello there guys, Wayne here from Luna's World. I hope you're well. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've got a super cool video for you today, one that is a game changer for me. And let me try and explain before we do this quick little flight. So why do I do YouTube videos? I do YouTube videos because I love making videos. It happens to be flight sim. But I started off back in my teenage years, many years ago, with one of my best buds. Shout out to Mark Lewis. We used to, rock out with some old school games on PC and record the footage on a big old video camera that my granddad gave to me, and then put them together and make a story and kind of add some sound effects and cool stuff. We were old school. I'm talking back in the early, like the mid 90s. So, a long time ago, before YouTube. And so fast forward to now, YouTube channel. One of my great loves is to create cinematic footage in a flight sim. It's just so much fun. And I've done quite a few videos where I've recreated historic aviation incidents. And I've stayed away from ones that involve, death. I've always done ones that, have ended well, like the Gimli glider, for example, or the Lot Airways, or, Miracle on the Hudson, for example. And I've created, I've read through the accident reports and I've tried to recreate them as accurately as possible. It's a lot of fun. But Microsoft Flight Simulator comes along with no replay. Now, it's impossible to create those kind of videos in a decent way without a replay, because you can't fly the aircraft and fly the drone and get cool shots and do what you're supposed to be doing. It's just too much. So I tried some various third-party apps, and the playback on those things were always dreadful. And then we got the playback mode in the dev mode of, and that didn't really work very well. So I've just kind of given up doing it until I've recently discovered this Sky Dolly. Now, this is awesome. So this is a logbook as well, logs all of your flights. And all you do is you hit record, and then we're going to minimize it. And we're going to do a flight here. We're in the Cessna 140. Here we go, clear prop. Set flaps, and take off power, release the brakes. Let's get out of here. So a really quick little circuit here, guys, just to demonstrate the power of Sky Dolly, which is significant. All right, that's 50 knots. We're in Africa, by the way. We've got some cinematic, beautiful clouds, epic clouds going while we do a little circuit. Speaking of circuits and controlling the aircraft, I've been a bit depressed with my performances recently, and so much so that I haven't really wanted to fly. And I've been like thinking, why can I suddenly not fly very well? And it's been going on for a long time. Flaps up, and we'll come off the throttle a little bit. To the point, yeah, literally where I just haven't wanted to fly at all, and even more so make content. And then, recently with the advent of PMDG coming out, and I love that aircraft, I was like, right, I've got to sort my stuff out. I've got to be able to fly straight and level and nicely trimmed, just as we are doing like right now. Power settings all set and understand, and I've never forgotten that stuff, but I just haven't been able to do it recently. Turns out, I found out yesterday, I've been having a hardware problem with my honeycomb yoke. And what's been happening is, every time I say pull the yoke back for aileron, it's also, for elevation, sorry, it's also been moving the aileron. So I've been getting this really unstable, inaccurate flights, to the point where I've been landing sometimes with my yoke full back and full left, and just ridiculous angles. And I don't know why I didn't put two and two together until yesterday. So anyway, I went into the calibration, and it's just way off. There's no way both axes should be moving at the same time. So I was like, okay, it's a hardware problem. I posted in the forum and someone said, take all the screws out, have a look inside, just make sure all the, you know, the wires and all are connected and it's all looking good in there. And I was like, that never works, but okay, why not? What have I got to lose? So I unscrewed everything. I was waiting for the PMDG to send me the activation code anyway. So I did that and I just moved some of the wires and I kind of just made sure that all the plugs, you know, were like no soldering missing and all that stuff. And did a backup, and you know what? It worked. Couldn't believe it. So I went crazy for a while and recalibrated the thing, reset all of my sensitivity settings, and now it flies like an absolute dream. So I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more excited to be flying, because now I can actually fly properly. All right, let's put some flaps down. So that's my little story. And that does explain to some extent why I haven't been uploading much content of late. And I don't know when this happened. I think it's months, because I haven't been happy flying for months, and you know, I've just not been motivated. So I'm hoping now, well, I already feel so much better. I've had other stuff going on in my life as well that's been very challenging, but you know, I've always used flying as a distraction. It's like my therapy, along with playing the piano. But flying just has gone by the wayside. But now I am back and I'm loving flying again, thanks to this problem being fixed. And all of that time I thought it was me. So guys, don't always doubt yourself. It's what I've learned. You know, sometimes stuff goes wrong and it really isn't your fault. All right, this is a tail dragger. I've got to keep reminding myself of that. Let's try and land her. All right, a little bit bumpy. There we go. All right, applying some brakes, pulling back, back pressure. Back wheel is down. Bit more brake. And just make sure we're going in the right direction. All right, cool, not too bad. Not my best, but that'll do. Fairly happy with that. Parking brake. Let's switch her off. So that's the flight done. So there's no way on earth I could have done that 4-minute circuit and got cinematic shots at the same time by going outside. And you know, active pause is great, but that stops the simulation in real life. So you can't, so that's not an option. The only way really is to get Sky Dolly. Now you can see it's still recording, so I'm going to press stop now. We've finished the flight. It's logged the flight there. And now I want to click on begin. How quick is that? And play. I'm going to just move everything back to where it was. Click play. So now I can get my beautiful cinematic shots now with the drone with really smooth playback. Less smooth drone action. All the elephants down there. All right, so now that I've got my drone sorted out just about, we can get some beautiful shots now, you know, cinematic-esque in the turns, all of the major events of the flight. Now, I haven't done this much, so you can see my drone technique is not so good. I'm using an Xbox controller. So this will take a little bit of a learning curve, but I think pretty quickly I'll be able to get some beautiful shots here. And look at the playback, it's so smooth. Some of the other, or most of the other playback software just kind of, it's like you're flying on rails again, and it's just not natural at all. So let's say, look at this as well, the scrolling on this thing is unbelievable. So let's say, right, we're in the middle part, we're on the downwind leg. a little bit boring. So maybe I want to go to that first initial turn. Look how smooth. It's just insane. How does that, how can they do that? I have no idea. It's seamless. All right, let's see, we want to go to where the flaps are going out. So that's just right there. So I just do that. There we go, I get my footage there of the flaps going out. Obviously I wouldn't have the Sky Dolly interface on the actual screen as I'm recording that. All right, that's that part done. So now I want to go and grab a little scene as we're coming in. So something like this, and I want to start in the bottom and I want to scan up to the top. Oops, and I've broken into the aeroplane. And then we'll want to sweep over the side of the aeroplane like this, and then come down, pan up as we're about to land, and touch down. Look how smooth it is. And then we'll get some nice panning shots as we come to a stills, as the tail gear lands. And then we'll come up here as we come to a stop, and then as the shutdown happens. Beautiful. Look at the animation there, just great. Unbelievable, so powerful, so powerful. This is my new absolute first love, my go-to for replay. And guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. Just look at this again. Look at how smooth that is. At any point in the flight that's recorded, I let go and it's there. It's unbelievable. It really is. So guys, thank you for tuning in. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. Check it out, it's for free. And I'll put the link in the description. Please support the developers. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Take care.